right?
You probably have some plans tonight, so we wanted to get this out to you before you head out tonight so you have an idea of where the market is in Portland and Casco Bay area.
Right. Today is Friday, February 14th in 2020. So if you're catching us live in the broadcast, you're seeing it today. Those of you that get it by email may be getting it Monday on sometime when it goes out in the bulk email to the all of our subscriber base. So whenever you're seeing it, here it is.
We hope you didn't have to dig out too much from yesterday's snow. I didn't stick around too much in Portland, so depending where you are, hopefully you didn't get too much in your driveway.
Exactly. So just as a quick review, what we do here every Friday, we come on live on Facebook and on YouTube, and we give you a market update on two general markets that we watch. One being that Greater Portland area, which is Portland and all the touching towns and suburbs to the north, south, east, and west, and not so much to the east, actually.
Yeah. There's a couple islands in the east.
That's true. We do cover Peaks Island and Long Island and those islands too. But for the most part, yeah. And then we also give you an update on Casco Bay, which, as those of you know, is the area from Phippsburg Peninsula to the north. It covers down through like the Brunswick, Freeport. The peninsula is there, all the way down through Portland, down to the south and Cape Elizabeth. Yes. And we watch that market very closely, and we'll give you updates on that as well. So let's turn our attention first off to our market statistics for Portland in this preceding week. So the preceding week, we had 139 active listings on the market in Greater Portland. That breaks out to 80 condos, 40 single-family homes, and 19 multi-family homes. Since last week, there's been 11 closings in the Portland market. The lowest closing price was a condo in East Deering. It sold in 21 days for $195,000, which is $8,000 more than its list price. Again, we see anything really coming in those 200 or so price points, really up to even closing on 3. Very fast closings, very fast getting under contract, and often over list price. And it was a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 1,400 square foot. The highest price closing we had this last week was a 4-unit multifamily on Grant Street in Parkside.
All right.
It features 4 units, so it had 2 bedrooms and 2 3-bedrooms, a total of 4,200 square feet. It sold after 49 days on the market for $600,000, which is $25,000 less than its original list price. And then these multi-units make for great investments, which is really evidenced by getting pretty close to list price off. This one was a little bit under list price, $25,000 less, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but you can still see that 4 units, $150,000 per door per unit. We look at it as investors. So multifamilies now are very hot. I can tell you that. We've got numerous buyers trying to clamor for one. We've got showings set up this coming week for a couple that are off market that we've dug up for some of our wannabe buyers, investor clients, or people that want to buy multis. So anybody's got a multifamily out there, get in touch with us because
now's the time.
We have got the buyers. People really want these multifamilies. So now let's turn our attention to Portland news.
Yeah, so good news for those of us who prefer and enjoy flying out of PWM. Mm-hmm. The Jetport has been awarded $4.5 million to construct a new taxiway that'll better connect its 2 runways. The benefit is that it reduces the need for runway crossings and has shortened taxi times, and of course it'll reduce fuel consumption while you're just sitting on the on the taxiway. Right. The funding comes from a round of grants from the FAA's Airport Improvement Program, and the improvements come as passenger traffic rose to record levels in Portland again, from 2.13 million in 2018 to 2.17 million in 2019, and they do expect it to grow again this year.
Sure, you have to expect it to grow. I mean, Portland is obviously growing. We're seeing it all the time now. I mean, we're still in what we call it basically a seller's market where there's more demand than there is supply. Right. So we're definitely seeing people coming up to the area. A lot of expansion going on. If you watch us weekly, on our last episode we covered the expansion of Northeastern University bringing up.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting.
An educational center here. There's so much going on, so you definitely would expect to see the airport becoming more and more important, and less need to go down to, say, Logan to catch a flight.
Yeah, there's more direct flights from PWM. Every year they're adding more. So.
Yeah, it's fantastic. All right, now let's turn our attention and our focus to Casco Bay. So this week on Casco Bay, currently 91 active listings on the market, which is about the same as last week, up 1. 33 homes are now currently under contract. The Casco Bay region had 5 closings this past week. The lowest priced offering was a single-family cape on the east end of Portland with water views. It features 2 beds, 1.5 baths, off-street parking, and 1,400 square feet of living space. It sold for $395,000. It was a cash sale. Took 84 days to sell, and it was $80,000 off of its original list price. So it had to come down on that one.
Yeah, okay. About 80 grand down before the market accepted it.
Yeah, but think about it. That's a 2-bed, 1.5 bath in the East End with water views. So when we do cover Casco Bay, we're essentially, our definition of waterfront coastal properties is if you're close enough to really walk to the water, see the water, or of course if you have actual waterfront. So
if it's considered a feature of the home, then
correct.
Yeah,
and we're covering it in we're covering it in our market watching, and we're tracking these properties very closely for both the buy and the sell side. The highest priced home was a single-family colonial on Porter's Landing in Freeport, up to the north. 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 2,500 square feet of living space on half an acre.
Okay.
Notably, had 100 feet of frontage on water frontage with a private dock. It sold for $775,000, right at its original list price, meaning it was priced very well. 3 days on the market, so it was really priced well. It appears to have been priced, pretty much spot on for market. You're going to sell at $775,000, 3 days on the market. We're definitely seeing, demand when things are priced well, even at that higher price point.
Yeah, so it could have been a lucky strike where the buyer was looking at the right time this house went on, but regardless, it sold for exactly what they were asking. So yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah, I mean the key when we found in marketing and finding buyers for these waterfront properties is always to market them properly. In other words, we're always out marketing, so to speak, and attracting potential buyers. If those of you might already have some of our guides, we publish a guide to coastal waterfront properties for Casco Bay, and we get requests for those on a weekly, if not daily basis. We send those out, and they tell us what they're looking for, and then we try to make these matches for the potential sellers. So very active, from our side to always try to keep the pool of both buyers and potential properties available. So
yeah, perhaps one of you watching will be a good match for our next waterfront home. So.
Yep. So we've got a couple in the pipeline. I came from one this afternoon that are right out there. So you'll be hearing more about that as they come along. So
cool.
Now let's talk about some Casco Bay news. We got some pretty good news for Casco Bay.
Yeah. So this one, I was looking through the news today to put something together for you, and I thought this was interesting. So it's useful news. Mm-hmm. If you've traveled from Portland to South Portland or vice versa and had to wait for the bridge, you may have asked yourself this question. Why can we not get some kind of schedule or advance notice when the Casco Bay Bridge is going up so that we can avoid getting stuck behind it? Mm-hmm. I used to work in South Portland. Right. I commuted, and every so often you got to call the boss. I'm late, the bridge is up. I'll be there when I can, So as it turns out, there is a little-known service that can give motorists an advance notice of bridge openings, maybe enough time to avoid sitting in traffic and take either the Veterans Bridge or the 295 bridge.
Cool.
In this case, common sense suggests the vessels should follow a predictable schedule to minimize disruption to flow of traffic. However, there is a old federal maritime law that takes precedence over land vehicles and allows the boats to pass anytime they need to. Right. The bridge has to open up, or else it's a $25,000 fine.
Is that interesting? Yeah.
It is interesting. I didn't realize that. So, as you can imagine, the people that are piloting the ship are considering weather, tides and currents, onboard and offboard malfunctions.
Right. They don't always have the freedom of just to park.
Right. So rush hour in Portland is not. It's not one of their the things on their radar, unfortunately.
Right.
But don't despair, there's an app for that. Maine has subscribed to New England 511. It's been about 20 years. It's a web-based service that collects traffic data and reports vehicle crashes, roadwork, unusual traffic, other measures. The magic here is you can create a profile based on your commute and create trips that will automatically alert and update you via text message about a specific route, and it works for Casco Bay.
Nice.
So if your commute is going over the bridge, put that into your trip with New England 511, and as soon as the bridge authority gets a request to lift the bridge, there's about 15 minutes. Right. It'll send it right out to you, and you've got about a 15-minute leeway to avoid the traffic jam and go around on another bridge to get over to Portland or South Portland.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, we should probably put together a little tutorial. We'll get the app, download it, and then we'll go through online. We'll do a screen share and show you guys how it works, and we'll put it through its paces. We'll give it a trial.
Yeah, and there's only, I think it said 600 people who have put the bridge as a point of interest on a trip to get alerts. So very well underused right now. So yeah, Mike and I definitely will put together a tutorial for those of you who commute to help you guys get over easily and avoid the jams.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So watch out for that. Yeah, we're making new videos every single week. Our goal is to get out 2, even 3 videos. I'm a little backlog right now on my editing, but I am catching up. I've got 2 videos to edit for you guys on restaurants we've been to in the last 2 weeks. Great places. We're profiling a business every week, trying to get a restaurant a week. If you've got any suggestions for a business we should be profiling, whether it's in Portland, around Portland, really anywhere from Brunswick on down to Cape Elizabeth or even south from there, we'll go anywhere in the Greater Portland area. I would love to do a profile on them and get them on our YouTube page, which is fast becoming the #1 page really for people wanting to know what's going on in Portland and moving to Portland, what it's really like to really live, work, and play in Portland.
Trying to be a resource, so reach out if there's anything we can help you with.
That's right. So until then, remember, hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Pick that little bell. If you're on Facebook, give us some likes and please share the video. And until then, we'll see you next time.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Take care.